Well, folks, we're back out here working on old white collar, and we have been putting in the work. Ryan and Nick have been putting in the work. I've been kind of out here doing like little tiny tedious things. But as you can see, we've got this thing sanded down most of the way. We're still got a lot more sanding to do, but we're getting there. We've removed the fuel tanks. As you can see right there, there's 1 fuel tank, 2 fuel tank, 3 fuel tank, 4 blue tank. The oil tank is off. We've got a brand new oil tank. I'll go grab that and show it to you in just a second. But what we've done is we're sanding the frame. Nick has been working on it with his needler here. And what this does is kind of like just beats the heck out of the frame until, you know, all the paint falls off that it's going against. And that's what it does. And what I've been doing is we've been cutting all these old zip ties and like these hose clamps and stuff off where they're like rotted and rusted and ugly. And we're going to be replacing those with new. And sometimes just not even replacing them because a lot of them were in places they just didn't really need to be. And I'm getting rid of a lot of old... Come here there, sir. Okay. Getting rid of a lot of old wiring and stuff that's on here that isn't needed. A lot of extra wiring because, you know, some of these trucks didn't have certain things back when they were made new that were added to it. And I'm trying to keep all the loom, this factory, as looking as possible. Like the speed sensor right here. You know, someone took some regular wiring, house wiring connectors here and made the speed sensor work. So we're going to get rid of that and hook it up correctly. And we're just going to make this thing, you know, we're going to make it nice. We're going to get it painted up. We're going to get the frame painted. Then we're going to get the engine painted. You know, and then go from there. It's going to come along pretty nice. So, we got lots of painting, lots of taping off to do. Yep. But I went to Rural King. I was going to buy some regular oil-based paint, but I think I'm going to wait and get some true automotive paint. And we'll do a, I don't know if we're going to do clear coat. Should we do clear coat?
Clear coat, it'll make it, yeah.
It'll make it look really nice, but I don't know if it's going to look that nice. Maybe we're going to prime it and do base coat, clear coat maybe on the frame. I thought about doing just like a single stage, but we'll see. I'm going to talk to the paint shop here in town and see what they recommend. So let's get to cutting and removing some more stuff. So this wire right here, goes down to the air dryer. I'm pretty sure it's for the heater that's inside of the air dryer, which we don't really need here in Florida, but we're gonna go ahead and replace, like, this wire loom is looking really crappy. Get all this, ew, is that ants? There's a roach done crawled out of there. We need to get that right there loose. I bought all new zip ties to go in here. We've got a brand new headache rack going on here. Dang it, come on, man. And I've got like an aluminum deck plate that's going to go right here. The headache rack's going to go right there. So a lot of the stuff we're cleaning up is going to be covered, but you know, at least us doing this is going to look a lot nicer. I guess that one's okay shape, but get rid of that. So this loom just looks like crap pretty much all the way up here. Well, maybe right there it'll be okay. But up right here we can get rid of this. There's a lot of extra wiring that's just not needed. We can cut and do away with here. All this stuff. Is this just like ran back in there? What in the world? Whatever that is. These guys in the Marines that worked on this thing did some crazy looking wiring. That wire's kind of broke right there. There we go. Look at all that. Oh. What in the world?
You pulled on the camera.
We don't need all this. We don't even need, look at the size of the wire loom that this thing is in. It's crazy. There it is right here. Why don't you get rid of this whole thing? Big old ugly thing. Yeah, this thing needs to go. We don't need this much. This is ridiculous. Oh, it's full of water too. Good golly. Look at all this. Just disgusting. Good?
Yep.
Good. So here's our new air tank, as Ryan calls it. It's an oil tank, sir.
Okay, my bad.
For hydraulic oil. So it's aluminum, but it's not like polished aluminum, so I'm going to have to find someone to polish this and the new fuel tanks when they come in. But it's brand new. All the mounting brackets are in here. It's going to look really good mounted on the side of the frame instead of being mounted up top and looking all ugly. Our new wheels and tires are in here in the shop. These might make for some nice pulling tires too. See how they're cut? I don't know. Let's grab some wire materials. We'll go there and fix all them wires up. All right, so we're going to fix these wires up here on the rear speed sensor how they should be. Good heat shrink sealed connection here. Weatherproof. Although it was working, you know, with what it had on there, this is just going to be a lot better. And this other wire right here, we got it fixed up. We're gonna get it put in the loom and zip tied up once we get the truck painted. So I don't want to put any zip ties on anything until the truck's painted. Then we'll put fresh zip ties on it. It should look kind of, I think it'll look good like that. We gotta clean up some of the air hoses right here, and this wire right here that is what lights up whenever the wet kit activates.
You putting the wet kit back on it?
Son, you've got some learning to do. Yes, look, what in the world? Look at this. All kinds of rigging going on. This one.
That looks like it got attacked by a rat.
No, it's a freaking... Oh boy. It's a Scotch block put on there. Like that. We can fix that the right way, I guess. We can either solder it together or put a larger butt connector in there and make that look a lot better and work a lot better. But that right there is like the reverse sensor. So I wonder what would be tight. Wonder what would be tied into the reverse sensor. I don't know. So we're back out here continuing the video on the Cabover. We're getting as much of it taped off as we can. We're gonna go ahead and paint the engine yellow. We're gonna paint over a lot of stuff just because I just don't really care. You know, we want to make it look nice, but you know, this ain't no show truck. It's just a good work truck. We wanted to clean up a little bit. So we're taping off as much as possible, get the fan taped off, things like that. And we're gonna make it look decent. So we're pretty close, and hopefully in the next hour or so we'll be spraying some yellow paint on this thing. All right, so we've got the cab taped off all the way around. We're gonna paint the engine yellow. I was thinking we needed to tape everything off, but we're gonna paint this engine yellow and everything around it yellow. And then once we let it dry overnight, tomorrow we're gonna come back and repaint everything else black. So I'm not too worried about getting yellow paint on the frame in certain spots. Not really a big deal. So now we're gonna paint it. I've got some yellow painted as close to cat yellow as I could get at my local paint shop. Got a little thick there, so should make for some nice paint. Got my old paint gun. Hopefully everything works out good. We'll see. Never sprayed yellow before. You sprayed yellow paint? All right, we'll see how far that gets us along.
Yep.
We are professional painters right here, folks, so got my PSI set. Let's give it a go. Ooh, that's a bright yellow. That's a really bright yellow. I don't know.
It's almost as bright as the tape.
I know. We may have to go get different color paint. I don't like that. Oh gosh. This ain't good. What?
You could paint the back of it black and then paint over it, and they'll make the yellow darker.
I don't know. Yeah, that is not the right color at all. That's gonna look like crap. That's not gonna work. Yep, that's not gonna work.
Got any brown you can mix in with it?
No, I
Well,
don't.
that was obviously the wrong color yellow, so we're gonna go back down to the paint shop, try to get something a little bit better. Get my gun cleaned out before I take off. I wanted to set up and get all nasty on me. I need to spray it into the garbage can. Pour me some more stuff in there, Aaron. Just a little bit. That's good. A little bit more.
Paint fumes. Off the
You'll go.
All right. So the paint we had was obviously the wrong color. I went back to the paint shop. They said we can't really match it to cat because we don't get a paint code in our system for cat. So I went to Tractor Supply, where I should have went in the first place, and bought some Rust-Oleum. This is like an oil-based paint, I guess, and it's Caterpillar yellow, as you can see right there. And it says thin it with mineral spirits. So that's exactly what we're gonna do, because this stuff is thick, and it's not gonna want to come out in my spray gun. So we're gonna thin it pretty good, and go to spraying. And I got some spray paint to touch up different spots too, so splash some of that in there. Our stir stick. Don't do this at home, folks. This is not the right way to paint, but we're doing it. So we're gonna mix it up, and what this does, it makes it a little bit thinner to go through that paint gun, because this right here is not made for spraying. This stuff right here you can basically paint on, like a paintbrush. So use a little bit more. It's almost like a 50 or 1-to-1 mix, just about, with how thick this stuff is. As you can see right down here, where even though I'm there now, it's finally starting to thin out, where it's kind of thick on the bottom still. And this is an oil-based paint, so it smells a little bit different compared to the other stuff. It don't last as long, but hey, I mean, like I said, it's a work truck. The other stuff I was putting on there required clear coat and all that stuff. It would have looked really nice, but we're not going that deep into it, so we'll save our clear for another job. You wanna hold that again, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can't wait for all the comments on this one. This guy don't know what the heck he's doing.
I think the last semi we painted was a white Cabover too, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I
Or at
definitely
least
painted
we
that
made
one
it a white
wrong.
one.
This looks like a lot more of the color we need right here, I think, for sure.
The other one kind of matched the tape on the table.
I know, right? It was not the right color at all. All right. Cross our fingers. Oh, we're gonna be here all day doing this. Oh my goodness. This stuff's still pretty thick. It's not even wanting to come out. Yeah, it's not wanting to come out.
So we got the top of the engine, now we're just getting the bottom, right?
Yep. Get all the stuff that you can't see looking down, just upward. Boy, we are professional painters, boy, I tell you what. We're so fast at this, we're running in the paint.
We've gone through a whole quart of paint already, too.
Yeah. We're so good at this, we're dripping paint. Get the full paint on the other side.
And we got the whole cab taped off.
Is the mic plugged in right now?
I'm over here just having to do Ryan's job.
I'm over here posting on the shorts platform.
I don't know how you do it with this gimbal. It's so weird.
So there you have it. We've got our cat engine painted cat yellow, the correct colors. Up next, we're going to be letting this thing dry, and me and the guys are going to work on taping some stuff off, like that air dryer right there, and getting the rest of the truck prepped so that tomorrow this thing will hopefully be completely dry. We'll be able to bag the engine off and paint the rest of this frame completely black. And we've got brand new aluminum fuel tank show up for it tomorrow, and a brand new aluminum headache rack. Yeah, lots of cool stuff coming tomorrow. So we got to get the fuel tanks put on it. We're going to have to get the, I can't talk right now. We're going to have to get the oil tank mounted on there so we can get put on. We got to get this big hose off of here, actually, Ryan, still. And I got yellow boogers now, yellow nose hair. Need to clean this thing out. So last time I used this paint gun was to paint my little green, the little flat nasty truck. I actually painted that one myself too. So thanks to Aaron for helping me get this done. We'll get this gun cleaned out. We'll start prepping this thing to get the rest of it painted tomorrow. All right, so we got Ryan over here taping off the stack. Last little piece on here. I've got the air indicator taped off. I'm not too worried about taping the inside of the air filters. We're gonna be replacing it. We are gonna go ahead and I'm gonna scuff up these, I can't work this camera thing at all. Try this, here we go. I'm gonna scuff up the stack mounts. We're gonna go ahead and paint those black. I'm probably gonna end up putting a different, I'm sorry, gosh. Let me figure this camera out. Look how yellow that engine is, jeez. There we go, got this fancy camera thing here. So all this stuff's gonna be painted black, pretty much everything but the engine. So the engine is really sticky. We're gonna wait till tomorrow. We're gonna peel all the stuff off of it. Well, actually, I may leave it on there, but we're gonna cover the engine up, and then the entire frame is getting painted. Everything, front to back, top to bottom. I'm gonna be putting new airbags on it, everything. And then our fuel tanks will be here tomorrow, our headache rack. So tomorrow morning, as soon as we get here, we're gonna be trying to get some paint put on this thing and getting it ready to go. And get that other thing mounted on here. I keep forgetting what it's called. I'm such a dummy. Hydraulic tank, there we go. Well guys, that's a wrap. I know it's kind of a short video, but we got the engine all painted up. The Cabover's coming along. We're getting a ton of work done. I'm trying not to talk a ton in these videos, just show you exactly what's going on. We've got to put our new belts on the engine. So I got to pull the fan off, I think. So I'm probably going to pull the fan off, clean it up, paint it, make it look a little bit nicer. But other than that, it's coming along. We got a lot of little touch-up work to do, certain things to paint black or yellow. But we do have a bunch of spray paint cans of Caterpillar yellow, so we're off on the right track. So we'll be dropping a video tomorrow of this thing hopefully completely painted up and get some wheels and tires put on it. Make sure y'all go to BruceWilsonShop.com, grab your merch. It's all on there. There have been some back orders that of t-shirts and things like that we've had to order. I did get ordered up, and we should have those in stock in about a week and shipping. But other than that, everything else has been going out, and I need to announce, I've got it wrote down on my desk. I'll probably announce it tomorrow, the winner of that second grease gun. But yeah, well, we will catch you guys later. Peace.